your unique fertility conception cycle is a very, very critical topic that we're handling. Very, very important. Yesterday I introduced you to the first part of what I call the So Precious three-way ovulation prediction tool. Is a toolbox, and I told you that the tools that we're going to be discussing in this 5-day Facebook Live series, if used the way that we discuss it here, if you apply it the way that we discuss it here, is hands down, the most accurate way to predict and to pinpoint your most fertile days, and also to know when there is a problem, which is also very critical. Okay, so let me know where you're joining from on the comment section, because I'm going to be paying attention to that. Okay, let's look at the facts. Basically, circles over 60 days long, you know, are also predictive of ovulation. We can detect ovulations with cycles over 60 days long. I once had a trying parent on our one-on-one fertility session, and we discovered that okay, she had already been told that she doesn't ovulate and all that because she was diagnosed with PCOS, and all that. But when we monitored and we used these tools that I'm going to be discussing with you here, we found that her luteal phase was 11 days on every cycle. Very unique. But she was ovulating, but it wasn't like the regular, because her cycle was disrupted with irregular menses and all that, but ovulation was happening. So it's very, very important that you deploy these tools that we're going to use. We're going to, especially if you're over 30, or and you have irregular or scanty menses, or you're diagnosed of fertility issues like fibroids, like PCOS, endometriosis. You need these tools. Okay, so please click the wow face and the heart button if you can hear me loud and clear. If we have never met, my name is Chika Samuels. I overcame 7 years of injury phases, because it's not enough to have a healthy pregnancy. It's very important to also to have a healthy postpartum phase and a healthy baby. So my husband and I then were diagnosed with multiple infertility issues, and were at the last straw given the option of going for egg or sperm donor. And I took the choice of looking inwards with intense meta-analysis research of over 10,000 hours to understand what was happening with our bodies, to listen to our bodies, and what role we could play, to change things. So what I now do is to support intending parents with evidence-based principles to not just have a healthy pregnancy, but also take home, healthy babies, even when other conception attempts or fertility treatments have failed. So right after delivery, I authored a book, Getting Pregnant with Ease, and it does not just tell you the story of how what I did to overcome. It also shows the principles and how I did what I did to get the results that I got. So the book sold over 2,000 copies in less than a month of launch, and is an Amazon bestseller. So now I'm giving back, I'm lending back the support and the strength that I won with to those that need it most to win their own fight. So that's basically what I'm doing now. So if you're just joining us, we are discussing how to understand your own fertile sign, your own unique conception fertile sign, accurately being able to predict your ovulation and your fertility window, because it is very narrow. The fertility window for every woman is very narrow, and it's very unique for that woman, and it also differs at different phases and age brackets of the woman as she progresses. So here we'll be sharing tips on also what to do when you think you're not ovulating. All right. So I'll be paying attention to the live this comment section. I would like to know where you're coming from, where you're joining us from. Okay, click the wow button or the heart button if you are getting value from what you're getting. All right. So, and also if you're watching the rebroadcast, I would like to also know where you're joining from, because of course I'm going to come to the comment section to engage and to also answer your questions. If you have any concerns on ovulatory disorders, fertility issues, or contests that you would like me to discuss on our upcoming Facebook Live series or upcoming Facebook seminars, I would like to have those questions so that we can archive them and consider promoting them and having them on our discussions. All right. So I'll be taking the second part of the series right away. Yesterday, we took time to discuss the first part. So if you like this video, please share your thoughts on the comment column. If you have fertility questions, now is the time to drop them. All right, I'll be there to have a look. So in short, to stick around at the end of this broadcast, because I'll be sharing with you natural ways to boost your ovulation if you think a problem exists. Okay, so give me a minute to share this video to my personal page, So if you're watching by live or by rebroadcast, please comment below and tell me where you are watching from. So just a minute, let me share this to my personal page. Okay, 1 minute. Hello, Ife. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. Awesome. Okay. All right. So, someone sent in a question that she was arguing with her cousin that okay, her cousin does not have presence of cervical mucus over cervical mucus. So she was saying that that means she's not ovulating. So she was calling me to be the referee and the judge of the argument if cervical mucus is a good evidence to predict if ovulation is happening or not. And my response is please ensure you join this series because it's something that I'm going to be discussing. In fact, it's the main subject of tomorrow's discussion. Okay, remember that I said that there are three important tools. I call them the three-way ovulation prediction tool that we use to ensure that you can accurately predict your ovulation. And to answer your question directly, the absence of cervical mucus does not mean that you are not ovulating. All right, we're going to discuss that in details. Can you relate to that? Do you know someone with such struggles? Let me know in the comment section or tag them to watch this rebroadcast. Yes, after the rebroadcast, I said I'll still come to engage, okay, and discuss and answer your questions. If you're just joining in, we are discussing is ovulation happening? If it is, when exactly is it happening in my cycle? I want to know. I need to know. Okay. If it's not happening, what do I do? Does it mean I can never get pregnant? That's what we're discussing. Okay. And I said you should click the wow face, the heart button if you value what you're getting here, and I'll be discussing more value with you. So what you will learn at the end of this series is hands down, trust me, it's hands down. It takes away guesswork and ambiguity. It's hands down the best way to get to know your body, and it gives you extra information to actually pinpoint other fertility issues like subclinical thyroid issues, hormonal imbalances if they exist. Okay, so this is the content of what we're discussing today. The second arm of the three-way ovulation prediction toolbox of So Precious is charting your basal body temperature. Some people call it, it's also known as BPT. It's just simply the activity of taking your temperature, your rest temperature of at least after at least 3 hours block of time. Okay, very, very simple activity. What it means is that you're using a digital thermometer. You wake up in the morning every day at the same time every day. Okay, so you should have it by your bedside. You wake up in the morning, you flip it under your tongue and leave it there for at least 3 seconds. Don't mind how long it takes, it doesn't matter, it's digital. So once it takes your rest temperature, it's going to beep. Once you hear the beep, you bring out the thermometer and you take the readings. That's just the protocol of the activity. You're doing this at the same time every day. Okay, what this helps to identify is to give you, if you are able to do this of over at the same time every day over at least 3 months, is able to bring out if there are silent upcoming or brooding hormonal imbalances that are existing or thyroid function disorders. If your fertility or your medical practitioner has is giving attention to this, is able to dictate such abnormalities and also know what to focus efforts on and know how to help you overcome infertility. And this is also a very vital activity even if you're not actively trying for a child, but you plan to have one very soon and you would not want any delays. Okay, this is a very important tool. So that's the first activity. You're having this BBT chatting happening every day and you're storing the information somewhere, and that is where I want to introduce you to. Okay, is the Fertile Friendly app. I'll just show you what it looks like. All right, so you go to Play Store or Apple Android Store. Can you see my screen? 1 minute, just a minute. I want to be sure you can see. So that's what it looks like. Okay, it has the calendar 12, fertility, the fertility friend ovulation app. So you click open and that's what it looks like. It opens. So it's a very valuable tool. You start chatting immediately. It will ask you for your details. You put in your details. It's going to take some basic vitals from you, okay, and your details apart from your password, your menstrual, your current menstrual, maybe the last time you had your menses. Okay, it will store those information from you, and it also has a space where you can, put in your temperature, the temperature you're taking every day. It also has a place for you to store your observatory signs, okay, like your cervical mucus, because this is what we're going to discuss more. I call them the secondary fertile signs. You're going to be storing those information there. Your how you're feeling when you have sex, when if you're spotting, spotting is different from menses. It's going to take all those records from you, and it's going to even ask you, how you're feeling, because these records are very, very important, and it's going to automatically be, making a chart. If you're able to do that consistently for at least 3 months, it will create emerging patterns that your, medical practitioner can use to deduce those values. Hello. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're having fun. If you're just joining us, we are discussing the second arm of the So Precious three-way ovulation prediction toolbox. Okay, yesterday we talked about OPKs. Today we're talking about how to chart your bodily signs, okay, to predict when ovulation is happening and to be able to track your fertility window. All right. Okay, so that's what we're discussing, and I would like you to try it out. My contacts will be on the description box, and also I'm going to paste on the comment section so that you can reach out to me if you have further questions or what to do. There is a whole lot of in-depth, value. It's not just enough to do this, it's about doing it right. And we took time at our conception seminar webinar to discuss this in details, okay? How to do it. We took time to discuss it in details so that you can do it right and ensure that you're getting it right. If your temperatures are going below the textbook normal range, okay, it could deduce two things. It could be deducing, first of all, the first culprit to check is, then if that is okay, the next culprit will be thyroid functions, okay, and that's hormonal imbalances, the other hormonal imbalances like estrogen, imbalances, or even cortisol imbalances. It depends on what, it gives the information. The BBT charting, that's your temp charting, like people often call it, gives you a whole lot of wide range of information, and it's very simple. It's inexpensive. It's something you can do. It's a non-technological, way. Of course, there are ultrasounds, there are blood tests, ways to get to know these things, but this is a very, very simple way to, what's happening inside your body, and to take action to in time also, to prevent anything that can cause delays in conception. All right. So if you're just joining us, we are discussing ovulation, ovulation, ovulation. We're discussing everything about mastering your conceptual cycle, getting a grip at it, and knowing what is happening to your body. All right. Okay, so if you'd like to know more about this, I talked about the conception cycle webinar. We had one at the closure of last year, but you have to pay an investment fee of 5,000 naira. We'll have the recorded version, and we're going to send you the video recorded version to your email. If you're interested to get this value, please private chat me. I'm going to share my personal contact on the comment section and description box also, or you can put it on the comment section if you would like to have this value. I'm going to send it to your email. All right, where there we took time to, really break it down and explain how to accurately chart your BPT, and how to install into the fertility, and how to also interpret the charts of the output of what you see, because it's going to come up to show you charts. So it's going to, we in that webinar we explained what, the interpretation of what each spike and each variances that you're going to see on the chart, what it means. It's nothing complicated, but it helps you to also listen to your body, to know when something is going wrong, and to know how to, take action immediately. I am all for self-help. And that is where I am an advocate of self-care. I am all for self-help, and I like it when I'm able to do something to help myself. All right. So if you like what you are hearing, please give this a thumbs up, heart it, click the wow button, and tell me where you're joining in from. I would like to know. I'd like to meet you. I'd like to engage with you. All right. Okay, so I have a freebie for you, and I told you that I have a free download of my best-selling fertility book, Seven Fertility Lies They Told You. Check below to get your free copy. I'm going to paste a link. Yes, I'm going to paste a link on the comment section and also on the description box so that you can get your free copy. I trust you got value, okay? And I have an extra tip for you. These are natural ways you can boost your ovulation. The first culprit when I want to deal with ovulation is my intervention is mostly natural because I believe that the body was meant to conceive. So it is just very simple. Find out why it's not doing what it's supposed to do and enable it with the natural tools that it needs to do what it's supposed to do. So the first culprit that I suspect when I want to deal with ovulation or when there are ovulation disruptions, I look at sleep hygiene. So observe your sleep hygiene practices. Okay, there are various kinds of sleep hygiene practices that are very effective. That's my first recommendation and first way to naturally boost your ovulation. For example, go to bed the same time every day. Okay, because melatonin has been proven to impact on sleep quality and invariably suppresses ovulation when it's not aligned well. So your sleep hygiene practices has to be you know it has to be top notch. You have to ensure that you're getting the right quality of sleep, okay, and you rest when you should. Another natural aid that I'm going to recommend is natural unadulterated cinnamon. All right, because of so much filtration and adulteration and preservative and colorative, and these are all fertility nasties out there. I always like wholesome food. I like to do these things myself. So I recommend for cinnamon, like every other natural herb, get the cinnamon sticks and blend them yourself so that you're sure because the ones you have out there in the malls had already been adulterated with color, the colorants and the preservatives and all whatnot. The third extra tip for natural way to boost your ovulation is your chia seed. Yes, I have series of videos in my YouTube channel on So Precious Health Kitchen where I showed how you can prepare chia seed pudding and other healthy drinks and foods. You can look that up on our channel and see how to do that. It's a very healthy one and it's one that's been proven to also help boost your ovulation. Another tip is to enrich yourself with fruits that are rich in antioxidants. Okay, they have been proven also to keep your ovulation up, keep you hydrated, and keep your body ready to conceive. I hope you got value and I hope you enjoyed what we discussed today. If you like what we discussed, please tag a friend that you think relates to this or in the similar situation. All right, I trust it was worth your time and I hope you noted some actionable points that you're going to be using immediately. Let me know in the comment section of other fertility topics you would like us to discuss in upcoming Facebook live broadcast and join the conversation in the comment section because I'll be there in a bit. Till we meet next time, keep living healthy and keep giving the world your best.